bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Bring 'em Out with your hosts, Joel Richardson and Alan Hill.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Sunnybrook Ballroom inside Joel's office this time. I'm Alan Hill, here with Soul Joel himself, Joel Richardson. Today we have two very special guests, the boys from the Tits Podcast, Jim Gillespie and Rob Stant. Thanks for joining us, guys.
What's up? Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good to have
Love you guys.
You guys have made a pretty big name for yourself quickly, man.
Yeah.
Just got back from your Texas tour.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Long drive. We drove.
You drove?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. How about that?
Yeah, we drove. We stopped in Mississippi on the way there because my
Very
wife.
liberal use of we.
Yeah, I drove. Jim smoked weed, ate snacks, and slept. But
But do you have your license?
Oh, you don't?
no.
Nah, I got a state ID, cuz. I can get into the bar, but you don't have to worry about me driving home.
Yeah, me and my wife, we took turns driving, and Jim had a nice rest. He was well prepared when we got there. He had plenty of sleep, and yeah. We stopped in Mississippi on the way there because my wife's cousin lives in Meridian, Mississippi, which we found out nothing to fucking do there.
Okay.
There's an Outback Steakhouse and a bowling alley,
Oh.
and that's about it. And so we stayed there for a couple days just to like rest and hang out. Then we brought her with us to Texas. And we did some shows, and she was excited because she had never like been to Texas. She's like fresh off the boat from the Philippines.
Yeah,
so
straight
yeah.
up.
So that's why you had to get married.
Yeah, that's why I had to get married. So legally, I could hook her family up. Yeah.
Nice.
Every once in a while, I wake up and like, where's that
Rob's
shirt?
got an anchor wife, bringing the whole tribe over
I'll wake
bit
up.
by bit.
I'll wake up and be like, what happened to that shirt? You know, that like I really like. She's like, oh, we sent that to the Philippines. I'm like, who's gonna wear that? It's my shirt. It says Rob Stant Comedy on it. They're gonna wear that and on.
They are.
How many nurses in the family?
Just my wife. Yeah.
The cousin does work in hospital.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
She does like X-ray tech or something.
Pretty much.
Love it. Love it. That's awesome. That is awesome.
She
Yeah.
practiced on cockroaches. She's taking like Polaroids of fucking cockroaches. She's like, I think I know what's wrong with them.
Yeah.
But you guys kind of did what I did when I started. Like, created my own scene, created my own opportunities. You guys never stopped coming to the open mic. You were there every Tuesday during the pandemic, and then you started producing your own shows.
Yeah.
And then created your own opportunities in Texas. I can't believe you drove, but I did that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I drove all the way to Boca Raton, Florida to do a show, and then talk about before routing. I did a show in Savannah and then Charleston on the way back. But
Yeah.
I could have done any of those shows independently, but I did them all in the same week.
Yeah.
And it's just so much driving.
Yeah, I mean, it was the whole drive there. It's exciting because you're like, we're gonna do comedy. It's so much fun, and then we didn't do any shows on the way back, so it was just like, oh, we got a long. There was like really nothing to look forward to on the way back except like
Except your company.
Yeah, pretty much. I actually, funny enough,
I slept the whole time.
So what are you bringing to the table?
yeah, Jim had so
No license, no energy.
Jim.
I wore headphones and slept for 22 hours straight.
You come across as lethargic, and you are.
I'm as advertised. Seeing is believing. It's, you get what you see.
Rob was headlining and driving.
Yeah. Every once in a while, Jim would wake up, take a big hit of his vape, like tell the funniest joke I've heard in months, and then go back to sleep. And that was his contribution. He'd wake up like rip the meanest fart, wake up my cousin and my wife, and then just be like, anyway, so trans people, am I right? And then go back to bed.
Okay. So I was picturing the whole time. And you already did say that your wife went with you, but so there was other people that drove.
So it was my wife. My wife's cousin can't drive at all, but like she has her license because apparently in Mississippi there's no like driver's test. It's just you apply to get your license and you get it. So yeah. So she
lives down there.
She lives down there.
Okay.
And she but her like job is like right down the street, so she only has to go drive a little bit. But so we picked her up from Mississippi, drove all the way to Texas. So the entire ride to Texas, she had to put up with. It was me and my wife and my cousin in the back seat, and me and Jim in the front seat, just like farting and telling jokes, and they were just really going through it. But my wife, she drove a little bit, but not too much.
Sitting behind
Mostly
me
you,
for 16 hours, all I'm eating is gas station food.
It's pretty rough.
It's a death sentence for most.
Yeah, we weren't getting
But
salads.
for a fresh off the boat Filipina, that was light work.
She's
Rob was shitting himself the whole way there.
she's like, it smells like home.
Yeah. Oh no. Like burning. It smells like burning hair. It smells just like home.
Yeah. But yeah, we started producing or co-producing a show in Manayunk at Fat Lady Brewing in Philly. So that's kind of something we've been working on too. So
Yeah,
we're
that's
trying
cool.
just trying to get, Texas was fun, but I think most of it's easier to just try to do local stuff and get stage time around here. You don't
Yeah,
have
well,
to,
I mean, if you start creating stage time, then all of a sudden people are like, oh, why don't you come do my thing? And now all of
Yeah.
a sudden I've got a bunch of fucking shit to go work out my stuff on.
yeah,
you know?
it's fun,
That's beautiful,
networking experience and everything too, along with the stage
Yeah.
time. So
You start getting a lot more friends.
Yeah, a lot of people are like,
Yeah.
wow, this show's really cool. You guys are fun all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
yeah,
No doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt.
They're actually both really hot.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Well, I didn't realize Rob was 6'4". That's insane.
That's actually my favorite thing about him. Yeah.
Jim Gillespie's bisexual and Rob's a lesbian. I didn't realize.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
That sums it up. Book me on your Pride shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys obviously started your podcast too, so you can also invite comics not only to your show,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
but on your pod.
Yeah, it's a great experience because then you invite them on. They're like, oh, we got to get you guys on, and it's like I feel like a lot of comedy, like you on stage and off stage, just a lot of like helping out your friends and like everybody's trying to get exposure, and we're all trying to get to the same goal for the most part.
We all just want to say stuff about our penis to the
Yeah.
most amount of people we can.
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm just trying to
It's
figure
like,
out.
you heard about this last guy's penis. Well, my penis does this.
I'm like, for the punchline, do I say cock or wiener? So what's
yeah.
funnier?
I think
Yeah.
always cock.
Yeah, it's got the hard consonant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wieners. I've never heard wiener. I would love to hear a joke where wieners.
Yeah. I think you can only say. I think I'm under 6 foot, so I can get away with wiener.
Right, yeah,
If you're over that, it's like, come on, be an adult.
Yeah, grow up.
Grow up. Yeah.
I love that whole podcast feeding each other thing, man.
Oh,
yeah,
It's a
you have
beautiful
to.
thing. I talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
'Cause you watch the West Coast model, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
From 15 years ago. Mark Marons and the Tiger Bellies and the Whitney Cummings and all those people are all going, Theo, all those people going on each other's shit for years, and it just fed and fed and fed. New York was resistant to that for a little while, and then they finally picked it up, and now they're all helping each other too.
Yeah.
Philly's doing it. I mean, it's just a cool thing, man.
It's great.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a good community.
It helps everybody. It doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just helps,
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody feeds everything.
Yeah,
it's
and you
a
guys are
beautiful
doing great too. You guys just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we're on our. I think we're at like 800 right now, so we're on our way.
thing. Yeah, you're almost
Nice.
and dude,
Yeah, trying.
And while we're talking about that, tell them about that Instagram clip.
Oh, but the one that kind of like got
Blew
us our
up,
numbers.
and,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah, so it was a clip on Instagram that really blew up. It was Jim talking about. He was like, my mom used to do this thing to me, and then he puts his head on my head and he goes, it's funny because she was on heroin. And just like without stopping, and he goes, she goes, there's a brain-eating spider on your head. And she go, what's it doing? And I go, I don't know. She would say starving, and I made me laugh really hard. And then he said, and then she would do heroin and ruin Christmas. And then it's just me laughing so hard. And he's like, she would ruin Christmas by being a bad mother. And all the comments were like, my mom would do that too. Like there were so many people who had like heroin mothers who were like, yeah, my mom also did that. And so the shares, it was like, it's got like 4 million views almost right now. But the shares are like 163,000 people
That's
shared
incredible.
it. Yeah, I think that's what Instagram looks at the most is like comments, like likes and views are meh, but when people comment and when they share, the engagement rate, that's what like we had like maybe a few hundred followers, and then once that clip took off, we're at like 4,000 now. So, but it's a tough beast to tackle because our recent clips have been doing like a few thousand here, a few thousand there, which is still
it's
okay.
still very good.
We're not
But-
putting out the relatable stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I need to get back to the relatable stuff
Yeah, man.
that was carrying us.
Yeah, the
yeah.
open wound of your childhood. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's one of the great things about their pod is just they are just brutally honest and
I'm like,
funny
Mom.
in the process.
Mom, why did you never do heroin, Mom? Come on, it's not too late to start.
I want to know what it's like to be inside Jim's head.
a lot of roaming around up there, I imagine.
A lot of dirty mags.
There's so much room.
a lot of dirty magazines up there, dude.
Yeah.
And then you guys have been
that's
creating
great.
a lot of sketches too, man. You guys working with like Mike Rainey.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
He's the
I ate a
man.
bunch of deviled eggs.
That was fun.
Puked in a park for a fucking couple hours.
But that's why they brought you in.
they knew.
Yeah.
They knew.
They knew.
They knew what they were signing up for, dude.
Yeah, that was. It's always fun. Like Mike's a man. It's always like. But anytime you put Jim in an environment where he's like in his natural habitat, it's always gonna be the best.
Where isn't it your natural habitat?
Like I prefer like a dog crate, but like if you could sprinkle some shredded newspaper on the floor of it so I could dig around before I lay down, that would be perfect for me. I don't know, just. Yeah, I love something like that where it's like they challenge me to do something. Like I always did those videos in like middle school and high school where it's like you won't drink this hot sauce. It's like
yeah.
fuck if I won't. I'm hungry and thirsty, so I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to do stupid shit like that all the time.
Nice.
That's killer, man.
Yeah.
It's funny
awesome.
to do it as a grown up and like take it seriously. Like, hey, we gotta get there. Like
Yeah.
I have to eat deviled eggs in the park. It's so funny.
and you picked the worst season to do that, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo,
it was
that's
hot.
tough. Yeah.
So were they spoiled double eggs? Were they
No,
getting there?
you know what's funny? They kept them on ice.
Oh,
They were
wow.
actually really.
They-
It was
Very
a thorough,
considerate.
it was super thorough. The transporting of the eggs.
The funniest.
Just name this episode.
The best part about that was after Jim ate all the eggs, he knew he made a mistake. He was like, I need to throw up. So first he started chugging water, and that didn't do it. So then he started shotgunning beers, and then he's like, now I'm just sick and hammered. Like,
Yeah, so
rough.
That's rough.
because I for whatever reason I can't make myself throw up with my fingers, so I have to like
Never do that
I have
either.
to like really fucking overstuff myself to vomit. And they like I drank all the water. They ran out of water for me to drink. They ran out of regular beer for me to drink. So I started shotgunning IPAs.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Which it feels like I'm drinking pants. Like, IPAs taste like clothing. They taste like I'm like you ever suck on a sweatshirt string? That's
have, as a
like
matter
what a
of fact.
fucking I could tell.
Yeah.
I fucking that's what it feels like. It tastes like fabric to me. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
How many eggs did you eat?
I ate 24 deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Two
I came
dozen
in-
for anybody keeping score.
Yeah.
Yeah, and didn't win.
I didn't win,
No.
which was the most insane. I
Who
came
beat
in-
you?
I got beat by this dude James Heskey, who he's not a comedian, but he's like really active on Twitter. So I guess that's how he like got into the thing.
I thought he was a comedian.
No, he's not. He's
Oh,
just a
okay.
guy. He's just a person who eats eggs.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
Just a person they knew that would eat a bunch of eggs. He ate like
he was
40 of them.
He was
Yeah.
the ringer.
Oh
yeah.
man.
He ate 40 of them and then like was fine.
I had the best time spectating. I was like, I'm just happy. It's like I was watching a car crash. I was like, like I'm glad that's not me, but it's cool to like be here.
Right,
You can't
yeah,
stop
totally.
watching.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Shit.
Yeah.
I got to see that one. I haven't seen that one.
Oh,
No, it's great. Yeah.
it's yeah.
Then what was Austin like? You guys went down there. You guys did the creek in the cave.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, that was sick. We didn't like. We went to Austin. We had a show at this place, Roscoe's. Like,
Yeah, it's like a
super,
new
super
spot.
nice.
Yeah.
But like the next day, we didn't have anything, and we went to the mothership to go check out Mitzi's bar.
Yeah.
Oh, badass.
Because it's super sick and it's
It's
open to
awesome.
the public, and so like I was like the first.
It was
guy.
surprisingly empty too.
Yeah, we were the first people there. I was
Yeah.
waiting outside for it to fucking open, and so we got there, and
No
I,
deviled eggs in sight.
Yeah.
not a,
Thank
no.
God.
So I get to talking to the bartender, and she's like, I was like, we got to the, I'm a comedian, blah, 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 all this shit, and she's like, oh really, you in town from like wherever? And I was like, yeah, Philly, and she was like, oh, I know people from Philly or whatever. So she like texts this guy, and she was like, are you looking for like spots or whatever? And I was like, yeah, of course, like what the fuck? And so she like texted some people, and then like all of a sudden like I
We
had
did
like bookings that night.
Creek in
And
the
so
Cave, yeah.
I was able to get Rob on some stuff.
And then Ryan Foster hooked us up with Sunset Strip. We did
Yes.
that. That was fun. Yeah.
That was sick as fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of the clubs down there are super fun. It's all in walking distance too. It's
Yeah.
4 clubs
I
in
didn't realize
walking
that.
distance from each other.
Yeah.
And then the other place, Roscoe's, which is like brand new, is like a 10-minute drive.
Yeah.
And it literally is just there's so much to do. It was really awesome.
It was a great time. A lot of there was a lot of interesting people in Austin too. We saw a guy barefoot with a ninja like sword, or I guess a katana or whatever, and nobody like was. Me and Jim were like, "Is
We
this
were the
guy?"
only 2 people that gave a fuck at
Yeah,
all.
we're the only people who
I
cared.
think he hangs around there a lot.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Halloween. So you're
Not-
like, what's
no.
up with the
Not
costume?
even close.
Yeah.
Like the naked cowboy in New
There was a
York.
guy just standing
Yeah.
shirtless in the middle of traffic. Nobody cared. We're like, this is interesting.
Dude, that's wild because I hear Joe List telling stories of the wild streets of Austin.
Oh, yeah.
And people are just like
6th Street.
telling
It's
him it's
like,
nothing.
yeah.
It's
You got
nothing.
cops on horses. It's
Yeah. So Joe Rogan's club is like so packed that like they can't control like the flow of people, so it just bleeds out into the street. And so there's like no traffic, right? But at a certain hour, they have police horses march down the street and kick all the people out of the street.
yeah.
And it's like really funny because it's like they're trying to get you out of the street, but the horse is just taking a fat shit like in the street. So like at a certain hour, 6th Street just smells like dung.
Oh man,
And it's like you don't even want to be out there anymore.
Yeah.
oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then
Yeah.
like there's cars like running over horse shit and it's fucking.
Oh yes,
I'm trying to pick it up because I want to take it home. I'm like I want a souvenir, you know.
getting hungry.
Yeah, I'm like it's probiotic. I think. I'm all about gut health now.
Yeah, right. Yes. Shit. You mentioned Foster hooking you up. He was on your latest episode of Tits, I think, or a week
Yeah.
ago now, maybe.
Yeah, he's a man. We love him. He's a good guy.
He's our guy. He's had a great week, man. He survived an attempt at a cancellation on Twitter. That
No
was fun.
shit, I didn't know
Oh, I
that.
didn't see that.
Hell, you didn't see that?
No,
oh
what
my
happened?
God. So he made like a joke about the Eagles coach, and then like some dude like jumped down his throat and like shared it, and it got a bunch of views. And then like the Philly comics all like stalked his page and like fucking it was insane watching it all unfold in real
Yeah.
time.
Oh, that's great.
Somebody come after somebody, and then
Yeah.
everyone just joins forces. I was like, you all hated each other 6 hours ago,
Yeah.
and now you're like brothers in arms.
Yeah.
That's
it's like, fuck
Philly
with my-
comedy. And
That's
yeah.
how it goes,
Don't
man.
fuck with the family.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, hey, that's my idiot that I get. to
Right,
shit on.
exactly. Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
piece of shit.
Yeah, we have a similar philosophy.
Dude,
about
that's
Sunnybrook.
hilarious because he actually hit me up because we booked a Dirty Show here.
Yeah.
And Foster reached out to me and was like, hey, is this still happening? Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was unrelated, but I was like, dude, yeah, of course. I'm like, here's the flyer. He goes, oh, I couldn't find it. So
Oh.
maybe and I had no idea what was going on. So maybe he was just reconfirming all of his things. And I'm
Right,
like,
right. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
texting everybody who booked him. He's like, fuck, shit, fuck. Am I
Yeah,
canceled?
yeah.
He hits us up. He's like, "Is this still cool if I roll through?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dude, all the shit I've heard Foster say, I can't believe anything that could possibly get him in trouble. He set the bar real high.
I know. And then like
Yeah.
him and I going back and forth. I start getting ramped up. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that was insane. It was a fun episode. Yeah,
That's
me just
awesome.
being in between the two of them, going back and forth was
Ping ponging.
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
dude.
much.
That's great. Yeah,
No,
that's
but this
great.
is a place of free speech, and that's what we love about it. No
Dude.
matter what, radical right, radical left. It's
That
just
is why I love
Yeah.
this
yeah.
guy.
I mean, that's
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yep. No, he's not filtering anybody for anything.
I mean, I guess there's certain things that we wouldn't obviously have people back for if they did. You know,
Mhm.
if you know, allegedly or whatever. But
Right, sure. If you want to use any examples, that's
No,
fine.
There's no examples. I'm just saying. I'm sure there eventually would be things that I would be like, dude, you can't come here anymore.
Right.
It's like, yeah.
At least for a couple months.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Misbehaving at a wedding,
Right.
perhaps.
No.
Yeah.
Freaking yum yams.
You fucking you wear one Klan hood to a comedy show. Now all of a sudden, I'm the most wanted.
Oh man.
I'm like, it was fucking dry clean. Thing looked sharp. You see the pleat on that thing?
It had
Yes.
pride colors. It was fine.
It was a Pride Klan hood.
There's got to be a market for
I'm like,
that.
merch ideas. Write that down.
Oh shit. That's awesome, man. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
So then, how long did it take you guys to get back from Texas? You drive straight back?
Yeah, so the option was to stop in Mississippi and stay the night there, rest, and then drive all the way home. But here's the kicker. I had not a wedding. Sorry, you guys got me thinking about that. I had a funeral to go to.
Yeah, it was one or the
same
other.
thing.
Little different.
Yeah, same thing.
Either way, he's having tequila
Yeah.
soda.
It was one of the two reasons my family gets together.
Yeah, exactly. So so I had a funeral the day. So it could have been sleep in Mississippi, get back in time as the funeral is starting, or drive all the way home and have just enough time to get like 9 hours of sleep,
Right.
and then wake up for the funeral. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get a bunch of 5-hour energies. Jim's gonna put his headphones on. I'll just whatever. I'll put
Code
on.
word for meth.
Well,
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, so and your wife flew back?
No, my wife, she was in the back seat.
Oh, she was in the
yeah,
back seat.
But so she caught a cold as we were like getting ready to go back home. So she got sick or whatever, and I was like, I guess I drove the whole way. I think I stopped for 2 hours. I was like, babe, you have to drive. I need to at least close my eyes for 2 hours. I slept for probably 2.5 hours and then picked back up.
Right
and, like,
back up.
Yeah. So it was pretty intense.
It's funny because his rationalization was like, I'll sleep now, or I'll wake up and drive, or just drive straight through.
Yeah.
And Jim was like, I'm sleeping either way.
Yeah, Jim is like, whatever you want to do, brother.
I'm good with whatever.
I don't give a fuck.
Actually,
I've been hanging out with you for 10 days. I hate you.
Oh man. Oh, did it put a strain on your relationship? This road trip?
Oh my god. Well, first off, I was like, he's like, wait, what?
wait, what are you talking about? Wait a minute, this is news to me.
I spent 10 days with him. I'm like, he's gonna find out all of my awful things that I am.
Because we can hang out for a day and then he could hide whatever from me. But we were together for 10 days straight. So I'm like, wait a minute, why are your socks on your ears? What's going on here?
Yeah. Wait a minute, he's never seen me stress eat, so he got to experience me stress eating. That was fun.
That's alone time thing.
And that's an alone. I'm like, all right, where am I gonna vomit? A nice binge and purge while I'm out there.
It was Jim met a man out there, so he had a good time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Nice Southern gentleman.
A nice cowboy type.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It was cool because the hotel that we got hooked up with, Jim was able to have his own room, and then I shared a room with my wife and her cousin.
Oh.
This was in San
So
Antonio.
I threw the three of them in this tiny ass room.
Yeah. Jim
And I
got
was
this
like,
suite.
I had a giant suite with like 2 rooms, and like I was like, look, Rob, I'm gonna get some fucking pussy. Dude. You need to fucking scram, brother.
That was the second hotel we stayed at. The first one we stayed at a motel, the La Quinta in Austin. And that was like, it was like night and day. So the first motel we stayed at, it was like a roach fest. And then the other one was like this, like, we thought we were going to get human trafficked because it was like,
shit.
Too nice.
It was way too nice for us. And we were like, there's got to be a catch. And like Jim, like, I think the place was haunted because like I had the worst sleep paralysis ever. But also I like shotgun 6 beers, drank tequila, didn't drink water, and went to bed. And I was like, why is my body shutting down? But Jim like said he like heard people like walking around in his room.
I was like sitting there, and like there was people like walking outside of like my door, like okay, so it had a balcony, right? But all of the balconies, they weren't separated. It was just like, and you could walk out of the hotel onto the balcony.
It was like a courtyard.
Yeah, it was like a courtyard.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I had a guy over, and like there was it looked like someone was trying to look in. I thought it was Rob. So I'm like throwing pants at the door trying to scare Rob off.
Meanwhile, you're just teasing a dude.
I took off his pants and threw him at the door. I'm like stripping him, but I'm really trying to fend off an attacker. Yeah, so
Use condoms.
Yeah.
never.
So what happened? Did you find out who it was?
No, God, I was too scared to look.
Yeah.
Because if it's Rob, I'm gonna scream at him. I'm like, "What are you trying to see? I'll show him my butthole." What do you? Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, so I was just weirded out for a little while. But I felt like I was gonna get sleep paralysis in there. Sleep paralysis is, I have it all the time.
Me too.
I like passed it to Rob.
Yeah.
He like started having it after I told him what it
He
was.
alley-ooped it to me.
Yeah. I was like, this is a really scary thing that happens to me. It'd be a shame if it happened to you.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna get spider demons too. Here you go.
You can pass them on. That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah.
I had to fast forward one of the episodes because you guys were talking about hemorrhoids. I can feel it
Oh
starting.
yeah.
That's Rob's
I was
territory.
like, I gotta skip a couple minutes here because I can feel it coming.
I did leg press today, so it's hanging out. It's there. Dealing with it. Joel's like,
He goes and pukes behind the camera.
he's like,
outta here.
I'll be right back.
Other than that,
Yeah, Rob really hooked it up, letting me have a room in the fucking San Antonio.
Yeah, it was.
That
I
was
wanted
cool.
you to have a good time.
Yeah,
That's so awesome.
So I had some
That's
cowboy drive out. Fucking,
but one thing, like, because early on, like you guys did, I set up shows in like 14 different states, going with Giannis and James Mattern. You realize, especially down south, I don't know if it was like this in Texas, you got to perform differently. You got to adapt. Definitely slow yourself down.
Mm-hmm.
Like some states like still think like the Civil War is going on.
Yeah.
So like, and they, no matter, we're not from New York, but they still call us Yankees.
yeah.
So did
Yeah.
you guys notice like you had to adapt a little bit?
I didn't notice too big of a difference personally. I think honestly it might have been the opposite. The jokes I thought were gonna work in Texas didn't. Like I have a bunch of like gun jokes that like are kind of like hit or miss around this area, or like if I take them out to New York or Philly or whatever, they do kind of. And I was like, oh, these are gonna crush in Texas. And I went there, and it was like, they were like, I don't know what it was. It was weird. So I don't know if like. It might if there was something that happened.
They did really good in Houston and San Antonio. Austin is now a melting pot.
Yeah.
Austin is now like the other.
Yeah,
big
I was gonna say
cities.
Austin in particular.
liberal
Probably.
oasis.
Austin,
in the middle of
it's
Texas,
exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's moving there. A shitload of transplants. It's just like any other big city now.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that like southern feel, but like Houston and San Antonio, they both
That's Texas.
they both felt very Texas.
Yeah.
And that it was cool. I mean, Austin was sick as fuck. I had a great time the whole time.
It's oversaturated now though, because a lot of comics.
There's so many comics, and there's so many
Fucking-
fat white comics.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, I hope they're straight. and they were.
Still got your niche.
Yeah, I still had my thing. So I just went out there and because the shit I was getting booked on was like the filthy show, like dirty
Yeah.
shit. Like I was getting like the late night like filthy shit. So I was like going up and doing what I do, and it was pretty cool. But I don't know. I actually San Antonio, I did do a lot of like Texas shit.
Yeah.
Like trying to like do like crowd work, and like that was like
It was cool though, because it was like the first time we did comedy for like people who like wanted to actually see us. So it's like a whole different dynamic when like you have people who like follow the podcast or like follow you on Instagram and they come out to see it.
That's gotta
it's
be
like
fucking cool.
Yeah,
that
it was really
weird. That was fucking crazy.
yeah, it was awesome. It was a really good time. It's like because like when you do like a showcase or like in like Philly or a brewery or wherever, and like nobody there knows you. You
They're
kind
just there for comedy.
right? And you have to like really like sell yourself to them quickly, but it's kind of like almost like a cheat code. It's a little bit easier because like they know what to expect. They've seen the podcast. They know what they're going to hear.
You got a little
Yeah.
bit more leniency.
Yeah, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like we could you could work in some new jokes, and they're on board with it already. It was
They already like you. You don't
Yeah.
have to win
Yeah,
them over.
you don't have to
Right.
establish yourself.
it kind of I don't know about you, but it kind of spoiled me for like I was like, man, I want this like all the time, you know?
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
So
Man.
then, what was the first joke that you came back to? First show.
The first show that we came back to.
Yeah, because
Oh.
you said you got spoiled.
Oh, the first show.
when you got
yeah.
back to town.
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
got back to town. I see.
I'm trying to think.
So did you notice you were like, oh man, this is not Texas. Like I wish I was back there.
I think it was I hit an open mic.
Yeah,
That was-
yeah, yeah. I
so
mean,
it was like I
this
was
is the
like,
polar
no better way to
opposite.
bring you
Yeah.
back to earth.
Right.
I got humbled pretty quick. I was like, oh, well, here we are, back to reality. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what the I don't remember.
I mean, but that's a perfect example of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you. If you have an audience, if you're lucky, to have an audience at an
Yeah.
open mic. You just have comics that are probably mostly not listening.
Yeah.
Just worried about whatever stuff they're gonna
Exactly.
do.
They're waiting
just
for their name
waiting.
to be called.
They hate you because you're like this fucking guy. You know,
Yeah,
that's,
man. Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just-
Well, when we started at Soul Joel's, pretty much. I mean, I had a little bit of a run in Philly, but like we got a lot of stage time at your venue, and we were like, when we went back to Philly to try to do like more stuff, we were like, they kept calling us those Soul Joel's guys. That's
Really?
What, yeah, that's what they kept
and
calling us.
they were shitting on us.
Yeah, they're like, these
They were
guys,
like,
they
"Oh,
think they can come to
these fucking
Philly.
guys think they can go up to Soul Joel's.
Yeah, they-
and come back down here and do whatever the fuck they want, and we did. And we fucking did. How about that? And we fucking did.
Oh, that's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
me and Rob and a couple other dudes, we were the Soul Joel's guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I
'Cause
didn't
that's-
know that.
Yeah.
Because
dude.
your mic was probably, I mean,
I
one of the
fucking
best
started
mics.
there. That was the first mic I ever did.
Yeah.
I fucking
The freezing cold in December.
You bet
Yeah.
your ass. I had fucking icicles hanging from my
One-
nose, dude.
one
I
of-
used to write my jokes down.
Jim's friend.
That's hilarious.
Jim's friend John, he has this joke. He goes, "I knew Rob Stant when he had fucking mittens on."
That's great.
Yeah, I knew Rob Stant when he was a piece of shit in the call. Fucking mittens on.
Yeah, dude, you
He's
had to
another
wear,
one that started.
But you had to wear mittens because you were holding the mic for 5
yeah.
minutes in the middle of January. Like it got
Dude, it's freezing.
freezing.
Yeah, but those were some fun. Those were
It was-
fun times.
Yeah.
That's how you hone your craft, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In the
That's when you find out
in the low
who's serious
temps.
about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. But I also feed off your energy because it was a hang afterwards too. You guys would always
Yeah.
hang and develop a relationship and like always
Yeah.
hang out with each other.
That's how we became friends. I've told this story a million times, I think, on our podcast. But I remember the first time Jim ever made me laugh. Dan Callahan was on stage, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest tonight.
Yep.
Everybody make some noise for Tiffany Haddish." And what was funny was all the comics who were not paying attention around me were like, "No fucking way!" And they turned, and then Jim walks on stage. He walks up the steps.
a solar eclipse.
and I laughed so fucking hard, and then I went up to him and I was like, give me your phone number, and I saved him in my phone. He's still in my phone today. It's Tiffany Haddish.
Oh boy.
And it's funny because I'll be driving with my friends.
What's it like to text Tiffany?
It's really funny. So
We
sometimes
text the same, her and I. A lot of
So I'll be in the car or something with like one of my like non-comedian friends or something.
Yeah.
And we'll be going
civilian.
Yeah, civilian. and they'll pop up on the Bluetooth or whatever, and it'll say phone call from Tiffany Haddish, and they're like, wait a minute, and I'm like, I'd like decline. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
I'll catch up with her.
I'll talk to her.
You
later.
guys know I'm married. I'm not going down this road again.
yeah. But now it's like, if I meet Tiffany Haddish, what am I gonna put? Am I gonna put her in as Jim Gillespie?
Yes.
So, like,
Yes,
Tiffany.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She got a new cell phone, Tiffany 2.
Yeah.
That's wild. But
Yeah.
if I remember that, because I do remember that night, you told Dan to say that,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And obviously Dan was like, "I'll do whatever you want."
Yeah.
I'm like Ron
Yeah.
Burgundy. Yeah. And he did it.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Did you
Yeah.
come out to that song too, or he put his own song? Was it a Tiffany song?
He put
not a
he-
Tiffany song, but
he
like
he put on his. I don't remember, but he was down to do it, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
The
dude.
best part was seeing the comics around me react like, no fucking way. Like, they
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
it was like,
Yeah,
actually. And
dude.
then watching Jim slowly walk up the steps and turn the corner was the best ever.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Dude, that was the
is
fucking
great.
spot, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh shit, that's good.
Well, I appreciate you guys, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's how, I mean, we wouldn't have the podcast or anything if
Yeah.
we didn't meet at your
It's
mic.
true.
And it's funny, it's like two of my like best buds in comedy I met through like open mics. Like, I met Gray at the Bar 13 mic in Delaware.
Oh,
So,
Gray
yeah.
West?
Gray West.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
didn't
met
realize
in the
that.
middle.
That's cool.
I met Gray West at the Dome.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's wild
Gray's
to me. 'cause
fucking hilarious.
Guys even are hitting me up now that came during the Dome. But like Gray came from DC.
Yeah.
These other guys came from Virginia Beach.
Yes.
Yep.
And then the one day that like it was the day before Louis was coming,
Yeah.
they all drove back and they're like, "We'll be back here tomorrow." I'm like, dude, I'm like, I know what it takes to be. That's a road dog. Like that, you're gonna drive back to Virginia Beach and then back tomorrow.
hard.
And I
Yeah.
get it. There was 5 of them. One of them did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is wild.
That's the one
Yeah.
still doing comedy.
Yeah.
It is.
Is it really?
It is. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Yeah, that
Oh, yeah?
guy that showed back
Boom.
up.
Yeah,
Yep.
Nice.
And he's fucking crushing it, dude.
That's
He's doing
awesome.
shit
Yeah.
all
That's
over the
awesome.
place. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Awesome.
yeah, some shit he just got past somewhere.
But it's like
That's
five,
hardcore dedication.
5 hours each way, so it's
Yeah.
10 hours back-to-back days.
That's
Well, that's the thing
dedicated.
with Texas. It kind of put driving into perspective. Now I'm like, oh, it's only 4 hours. That's not bad at all.
Yeah,
It kind
yeah.
of like made things like now like a trip anywhere is like to
Yeah,
Ohio.
we drove all the
Oh,
way up to
dude.
Lake Placid for a show.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like 6 hours all
Yeah.
the way up to upstate New York, and we were like, no, that's fucking far.
Yeah.
We were bitching about it, and we drove 22 straight out. Well, Rob did.
Right.
I'm like, Rob's like bitching about how long it is. I'm like, I know, right? What a fucking nightmare.
7 sleeps.
you better believe I walked into my house after that road trip, and I was like, God, it's fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I just need to be left alone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I need a break. Nah.
So yeah, dude. Okay, so a couple things for both of you then.
Okay.
One of the I love to go try and find things that in the corner somewhere.
Hell yeah.
And one of my favorite things I found with you was my note was holy flexibility.
Holy flexibility.
The split.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know this guy does splits?
No, I know. If you would have asked me before the podcast, I would have said no way. But now you're saying it, I do remember hearing about this. But
And he's
again,
in a full like side split or whatever you call it, giving the double finger. It's one of the greatest pictures I've ever seen in my life. You need to turn that into a T-shirt for merch.
yeah.
It should be, dude. Yeah, I've been photographed in a split a few times, man.
It's
you can still do it.
unfucking
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not in these pants. They'll explode. These things are lined with thermite, dude. I can bring a tower down if I do a split in these things, dude.
On stage at the Melody Room tonight.
Sunnybrook exploded. It's like, what was the cause? Amazon Essentials. 7% spandex pants. He stretched it to 8% and blew the doors off the fucking place.
Oh shit! But if you haven't seen it, go to his Instagram. It is
Yeah.
worth a fucking
Oh, yeah.
gander.
Yeah. I'm a secret athlete, dude. I'm an NFL free agent.
Oh, and for you,
Okay.
from the pod, one of my favorite things I heard from you is your Cal Ripken-esque streak of not getting caught masturbating since you've been with your wife?
Oh yeah, she hasn't. I haven't been
Is it
caught
still
once.
going? 'Cause this
Still
was
going.
a
Yeah,
while
it's still
back.
yeah, it's been. I
That's
mean,
just equally as impressive as the split.
Yeah.
I thought so.
How is this possible?
I thought so.
You know, I know when she's deep into. She reads manga, and I know when she's deep into a story, and I'm like, now's my chance. I just go into the bathroom, and I got all the time in the world. So yeah,
in
I've
the manga
never
zone.
been caught. I mean, and she'll like I'll like. But she I think she knows. Like it's not like she. I mean, she could probably find me in the act if she wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But like
Yeah, she knows he's doing it. She's not actively looking to see him do it. That's the whole thing.
Dude, I dated a girl one time, and I went to my house. We had separate residencies, obviously, and we were going on a trip. She went to pick me up, and she goes, "You just took care of business, didn't you?" And I'm like, "What?" I go, "What?" I mean, she was right.
yeah, but you looked a lot happier. You were sweaty.
She's like, it's pulsating in your pants.
Yeah, right. She accused of me of my posture being different, and my shoulders were like this, and I go,
Yeah.
that's the part where I was like, oh, you're crazy. Like this, like that's what you know.
You're
like
not wrong, but you're not.
yeah.
You're not wrong, but you're a fucking lunatic.
Very perceptive. Nutcase.
yeah,
You're almost too perceptive.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like I guess I was never caught either, but I was kind of caught. Like
Yeah.
it was just a weird thing to like be confrontational
I would
about.
say you were caught.
I'm like, I didn't cheat
Oh,
on
if that's
you.
the case, then I've been caught a million times. 'Cause I've been caught every time then, because I'll be in the bathroom. My wife's like, I'll get a text like, it's like, stop jerking off. I'm like, She knows. She knows. She's just never like caught me. Maybe it's because she knows all the time. That's why it's like a paradox. That's why I haven't been caught, because she doesn't want to catch me, because she knows it's happening.
Round and round we go.
Yeah, yeah.
I think she knows. Your mom knows it's happening.
Right.
Everyone knows. The household knows.
Oh yeah. My mom, me and my so we have an addition built on our house, so we have like our own like living space, but we still technically live like in with my mom. But like we've been together since high school, so my mom knows when me and my wife, like, the door's shut, they're watching Jurassic Park at a really loud volume, I'll leave them alone. So yeah.
That's
Remember
the
the
third time
Raptors?
this week.
Yeah. They really
Rob's like,
they really love the first 8 minutes of this movie. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They're watching the Titanic. That's a little presumptuous.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got one more, brother.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about your Patreon, man, because you guys
Oh,
have a lot
hell
more
yeah.
fun Patreons out there.
Oh yeah.
Different levels and the fun stuff out
for
there,
sure.
man. And you also allow people to get on for free too, which is unique and fun.
Do you
Yeah.
call your top level Jim's Grinder?
That's
no,
pretty
but
close.
that's a pretty genius idea.
Check tomorrow.
yeah.
when I did the Dad Meet podcast,
Yeah.
we did their Patreon episode. We did a whole thing. We just went through my grinder and just broke it down, like
Yeah.
all of the fellas on there. We messaged some nearby guys. We were trying to get someone to come into the studio. We were trying to get someone to come over
that's
and come in and
great.
get interviewed. It didn't work out. But we were shit talking for a little while. It's a good time, man.
That's
Our
great,
top
man.
tier, is that what you were gonna ask about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Our top tier is Jim's mom only, because we had some episode where it's like, because Jim's biological parents, whatever you want to talk about them, like not the best people, and Jim was like, you want to make up for it? Give me $5,000. So we made a Patreon tier. It's called Jim's Mom Only. It's available. Only one person can subscribe to it, and it's there dedicated for Jim's mom or anybody who wants to be Jim's mom.
Right.
So if you want to give us $5,000 a month, Jim will call you mom.
It all started because my parents are drug addicts, and I don't talk to them at all, right? But I have a podcast, and now they decided that they want to comment on the podcast.
Wait, so who was the dude that came?
That's my adopted dad.
Oh, but he looks like you.
Does he? He does not. My dad looks like Mr. Clean.
Oh, well, if you were thinner,
And bald.
I'm like,
And tan.
keep going.
And had a gold earring in your right
I'm like,
ear.
hold on, I'm almost imagining it. Wait a minute.
I believe that dude was biologically related to
Well,
you.
that's awesome. I mean, he would hate to hear that. I love it.
His dad, his adopted dad, is one of the funniest guys ever. I saw him the other day. I was like, because he had a stroke.
He had a mini stroke.
The
Yeah.
fir-
Since you've been here?
No. It was before that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a couple weeks.
I saw him. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like, "Not dead." I was like, "Not dead, not dead." And that's all. And that was like
That's his new thing. He's not dead.
Not dead.
He used to say his thing used to be, "How you doing?" He'd be super fantastic.
I
Now
love
it's
it.
not dead.
Oh, I gotta meet him. I gotta
Oh
meet
my
him.
god, he's the man.
Yeah.
He's a fucking bald eagle, dude. He's fucking awesome.
Yep.
Like my dad growing up was like this fucking slacker junkie, like dropout guy. And then I moved in with my aunt and they adopted me, and like she is like an accomplished woman, and then he's like this like former MP, like army dude, you know. It's like I was like all excited to get like grounded and shit. I like moved in there. I was like, I'm about to get fucking grounded.
Yeah. Let's see what this
About to have
parenting's
some-
all about.
Yeah. Let's fucking put it to the test. Start doing heroin the second day there. And fucking during dinner. Like, let's see what these guys are. Let's see if they got the chops.
Oh shit.
But yeah, they're the best, dude.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
The Patreon.
Oh yeah, the Patreon. Yeah, so they just like started like firing off in the comments of our shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? And so I just started replying with my Cash App tag.
Yep.
And my Venmo shit. Like, I don't fucking want to hear about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I ask them for money, they'll go away.
Yeah,
I'll
you
just
do.
start acting like bill collector. They'll fucking scram.
If I
Yeah.
ever have $5,000 to spend, that's where I'm investing it.
Do it. I'm like, please. We're both like, please.
I'm like, yeah.
We got him.
Alan
We got
should
him.
play the Powerball.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I also love too. I'm obsessed with your masturbating.
Oh, thanks.
So
I'm really good at it. So we got down to a science.
I'm on the Mount Rushmore of masturbators.
Yeah. Weird segue. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah.
where's he going with this one? So yeah, you also you're not allowed to meet any girl you want to masturbate to, which I
Yeah.
find absolutely fascinating.
Well, that's technically not true. I'm not allowed to masturbate to anybody I know. So if I meet, so then in the future, if I meet somebody who I really like, then I can't jerk off to them. Like, you know, like, so it's like, I like, you know, if there's a celebrity like Selena Gomez, for example, if something happens, you know, if this really takes off for me and I'm at some red carpet event, I got to avoid her. Because then if I meet her, it all started, I think it all started because my wife found out that I jerked off to like one of her, like, somebody in like high school or whatever, like some bikini picture, and she like found it in my phone. I was like, oh yeah, I jerked off to that because I'm honest with her, and she was like, you're not allowed to jerk off to anybody that you know. Like she goes, porn stars on the internet, whoever, I don't care, because to me they don't exist. But if it feels personal when it's somebody that you know. I was like, well, fuck, now I can't ever. I like immediately in my head.
Because that's very one-sided. Because I caught her reading SpongeBob smut. She was reading SpongeBob porn, and she's allowed to jerk off to that. Dude. That seems fucking unfair, dude.
God. Yeah. So I can't ever meet Selena Gomez. It's a shame.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, when you're back, I'll follow up masturbation questions.
Hell yeah, dude. keep them coming.
And you might be calling me mommy.
Yeah.
Brother, 2 more drinks, I will do anything.
For Jim Gillespie, Rob Stant, Alan Hill, Soul Joel, thanks for another episode of Bring 'em Out.